Subscribe right now if you love uncovering hidden treasures from the past, because what I'm about to show you could completely change the way you think about coins sitting in your drawers or forgotten jars. Today, we're diving into a story that blends history, rarity, and a little bit of luck, centering around one of the most intriguing coins ever minted in South Africa, the 2 cents from 1993. Now, you might be thinking, 2 cents? Really? That's just pocket change. But let me stop you right there. This isn't just any 2-cent coin. What I'm about to tell you will make you see this tiny piece of metal in a completely new light. And for those of you who have spent decades collecting coins, this story might hit close to home because sometimes the most unassuming coins hide the biggest surprises. Let's take a step back for a moment. 1993 was a significant year in South Africa. The country was on the brink of monumental change. Politically, socially, economically, the air was thick with transformation. And in the midst of that, the South African Mint quietly produced coins that, on the surface, seemed ordinary. But collectors and historians know better. They understand that coins minted during times of transition often carry an unseen value, a story that goes beyond face value. The 2 cents 1993 coin is small, yes. It's not flashy like gold or silver commemorative coins, but that's exactly what makes it fascinating. Its design, its minting process, and the limited quantity produced are all part of what makes it a rare collector's item today. Back then, it was just a coin to buy a loaf of bread, a bottle of soda, or maybe a newspaper. But fast forward a few decades, and that same coin could hold a fortune, a legacy of history that you could physically hold in your hand. One of the most interesting things about coins like this is how subtle differences can create immense value. Collectors often look at things like minting errors, variations in the metal composition, or even slight differences in design details that might go unnoticed by the average person. And this is where the 1993 2 cents stands apart. While millions were minted, only a fraction made it into pristine, uncirculated condition. These coins, kept in perfect shape, untouched, and well-preserved, have become the holy grail for collectors who understand the intersection of rarity and historical significance. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that not only represents currency, but also a moment in time. Each groove, each edge, every tiny imperfection tells a story of the era it came from. For men in their 50s, 60s, and beyond, there's something deeply satisfying about connecting with history in a tangible way. You don't just read about history. You hold it, feel it, and know that something as simple as a 2-cent piece could become an emblem of wealth and wisdom decades later. Now, let's talk strategy for a second, because this is where it gets really interesting. You don't have to be an expert to spot value. The key is knowing what to look for, understanding the rarity, and recognizing that the market for collectible coins isn't just about old currency. It's about scarcity, condition, and historical context. That's why coins like the 1993 2 cents, despite their humble origins, command such attention among seasoned collectors. These men, many of whom grew up with coins like these in their pockets, understand that the right coin at the right time can be transformative. And here's something I want you to really consider. While we're talking about a coin worth just 2 cents decades ago, today, its rarity elevates it into a completely different league. It's no longer just pocket change. Its value has multiplied in ways that most people would never imagine. Every year that passes, coins that are preserved properly become even more sought after, especially those that were minted during transitional periods of history. The story of the 1993 2 cents is a perfect example of this phenomenon. Let's not forget the excitement factor here. Part of what makes collecting coins thrilling is the unpredictability. You never quite know which coin in your collection could one day be worth a fortune. You might have coins lying around that you consider insignificant, and yet, decades later, they could be auctioned for sums that make your jaw drop. That's the magic of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. And for those who have been passionate about coins for years, There's an undeniable thrill in recognizing that a coin they've had for decades might suddenly hold immense value. For many men in their late 50s and early 60s, this isn't just about money. It's about legacy. Imagine passing down a coin that was once pocket change, but is now a collector's treasure. Think about the story you could tell your children or grandchildren about how a simple coin became a piece of history and wealth. That sense of pride, that connection to both history and family, is priceless. Now, you might be wondering, what makes the 1993 2 cents so valuable specifically? Well, it's a combination of factors. Limited mintage, historical significance, and surviving examples in excellent condition. Many coins from that year were used, lost, or simply discarded. Only a small number remain untouched, and those are the ones that collectors are hunting for. The demand from collectors far outstrips the supply, which is why prices have escalated to astonishing levels. And here's the kicker. Experts estimate that a pristine 1993 2 cents coin can fetch as much as $6 million in today's collector market. Yes, you heard that correctly. $6 million for a coin that was worth just 2 cents when it was minted. It's a staggering reminder that sometimes the most unassuming objects can hold incredible value, and that patience, preservation, and a bit of historical insight can turn everyday items into treasures. So, the next time you come across old coins in a drawer, jar, or box, think twice before dismissing them. That old coin might not just be a memory of simpler times. It could be a ticket to a remarkable story of fortune, history, and legacy. The 1993 2 cents is proof that greatness often comes in the smallest packages. Remember, it's not just about money. It's about connecting to a story that transcends time, witnessing history firsthand, and maybe, just maybe, discovering a hidden treasure that could change your life forever. If you want to explore more stories like this, uncover hidden treasures, and stay ahead of the curve when it comes to rare and valuable collectibles, hit that subscribe button right now. You never know which ordinary item in your home could be the next extraordinary find.